So I'll say that episode 75 was a lot of fun. It was a different type of episode. Let's go ahead and talk about it here. So if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe at this point because, I do these weekly and I'm going to try to push out more discussion videos on the channel in preparation for the upcoming arc and all throughout the upcoming arc as well. So be on the lookout for that. Sometimes I get into doing too much gaming and I've said so many times and I'm going to get out of it. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about episode 75. Now, the episode is all about Goku wanting somebody to spar with, and then it transitions from there into being about Krillin and this subplot about him getting his fighting spirit back because he's no longer a fighter. Now, the episode had phenomenal animation the whole time through. Like, honestly, I thought that the episode was really, really well animated, and I think that, somewhere along the way, Dragon Ball Super picked it up for the most part. I mean, they do have little derpy looks in some episodes here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty consistently good now. So you don't have anything to worry about, especially whenever it rolls around for like the English dub a year and a half from now. You'll see it and it'll look really good, but because it'll be the Blu-ray version. But from there, all right, so without going into a full recap, Gohan and Goku fight. Now, I know that Kaze is pissed at this too because Gohan's been getting so much love. But I really liked it. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, I thought that was awesome. Like, he was like, oh, man, well, what about Whis? Oh, he's going to the summit. They're setting that up for the upcoming arc, of course. They're like, what about Vegeta? They're setting up what's going to happen with Bulma being pregnant. They're setting that up. They're like, oh, well, what about Piccolo? Oh, he's busy with Dende. Okay, so they're setting up all these different subplots and stuff like that, which is cool. Like, I like when Super does things like that because oftentimes they don't, and you're kind of just left to wonder what's going on and try to fill in with headcanon, which you shouldn't have to do when it comes to a series like this. But Gohan's like, okay, well, I don't really fight anymore. I don't really train anymore. Well, he said I don't fight anymore. I've given up martial arts or something of that nature. And then he's like, but I know somebody who will fight him. And he goes into the Great Saiyaman outfit and he's like, oh, by day I'm this. I'm a scholar in training. I'm Pan's dad. I'm Mr. Satan's son-in-law. And I was like, bro, this guy is so stupid. That was a good laugh. I really did enjoy it. Like, I think that, honestly, I legitimately think, let me know your thoughts down below if you agree with this or you disagree, whatever. I think that based off the last 3 episodes, if Great Saiyaman had been portrayed this way in Dragon Ball Z, a lot of people wouldn't have minded. But like, I mean, I don't really too much care about it. Like, it doesn't bother me back in the initial series, whenever like the Buu Saga and stuff. But a lot of people just don't like it. They don't like that interpretation. But I think this interpretation of Great Saiyaman, he's a lot more badass and he's a lot cooler. So I think that, people would get with it and I think they'd like it. So let me know your thoughts down below as far as that goes. But he does fight Goku. And, like I said, I try not to think about it too much. It was just a fun fight to see. But we all know there's no way that Goku's base is equivalent to Gohan's base, and then Gohan's like, hey, you're holding back, which I'm like, okay, that makes a little more sense. He's like, okay, well, what about this? So obviously that implies that he's not holding back, or he's not holding back as much. So I'd like to think that maybe he was holding back when he was a Super Saiyan, because once again, my phone just went off a little bit, because, oh my goodness. Oh boy, not even gonna talk about that. There was a video upload. I don't know, but what I was saying is I don't the Super Saiyan thing. I'd like to think that Goku is holding back significantly because there's no way that Gohan Super Saiyan could be equivalent to Goku's. It's just not possible. People are like, well, isn't he training? Wasn't he training with Piccolo? I've said so the whole time, and I still stick by. I don't think Gohan was training at the end of the Future Trunks arc. I just feel like he got tired of flying. However far the distance was. We saw Kid Trunks before that literally fly after the time machine for like 2 miles, or not even 2 miles, but it was, a very short amount of time because the machine just went in the air and just went in time. So you know how long that takes. And he's out of breath. He's panting. So, like, it's totally plausible that that's what happened with Gohan. So I don't feel like he's trained, and especially when the guy keeps telling us that he's not a fighter. He keeps saying outwardly, I've given up fighting. So, like, I don't know. So I'd like to think that Goku significantly held back. Otherwise, Gohan's a lot stronger than we thought, which never implied that he was weak, but I mean, still significantly stronger because Super loves to do this thing where everybody's version of Super Saiyan is 100% equivalent to everybody else's. And it's the most frustrating thing because we know Goku and Vegeta should be miles ahead of a character like Gohan or even Kabe back in like that tournament. So moving on from there, it turns into the Krillin show, which I'm totally cool with. They give him some motivation by his daughter saying, oh, I want a stronger father, and 18's like, oh, the man I married was such a weakling. I was like, damn, that's a low blow. That is a low blow. But she did it out of love, man. She did it just to motivate him, which I thought was really cool. Like, sometimes you need somebody to push you like that. So I was happy for Krillin to have something like that, and that was what he needed. And he still has doubts throughout the episode, so Master Roshi sends him off to this island, this remote island, to find this plant and to find the herb, excuse me, that they need to be able to allow him to fight stronger, so or be a little bit more spry when it comes to fighting. So I'm guessing that's going to be what's going to help him fight in the upcoming tournament. And you see what his role will kind of be in that. I don't think he's really going to be much of a fighter. I mean, he's not much of a fighter now anyways. He's significantly weaker. I mean, he had pushed his limits for over 100 years, and he only got as strong as he did. I mean, I don't really see Master Roshi being much stronger than that. I just can't see it being a thing. That being said, he's going to have that, and you can kind of see his role. He's probably going to take on that mentorship role in the upcoming tournament, which will be cool to see as well. So, I don't know. Like, from there, they meet Fortune Smeller Baba. Goku's so disrespectful, but it is what it is. And they come across all those guys, and Krillin's in there, and this is going to be like the trials of Krillin to try to see if he can get his fighting spirit back, get over whatever the mental blocks he has is at this point. And then he comes across what's his name, Symbol. It's been so long, but the guy that killed him back in Dragon Ball, he's like, "Yo, you're here." I mean, like, he didn't bat an eye at Frieza, but it is what it is. But yeah, he comes across him, and I think that ultimately a lot of this stuff is because this is kind of when the arc starts. A lot of this stuff is just set up, which I do like. I do appreciate that they didn't just jump straight into it, because you need this backstory, you need this context. So, anyways, it's really early in the morning. This is actually my first time opening my mouth this morning, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.